For 2024, TDS released their biggest event ever, with 3 nights, 2 towers, a 40 tier battle pass, and a full unscripted story mode. So I decided to try to complete everything. Beat all the bosses, get all the skins, all the towers, by spending 30 nights in TDS. Yeah. Now, I thought this would be pretty straightforward. However, the final challenge ended up being one of the most frustrating things I've ever attempted in TDS. This and all subsequent nights have 2 difficulties, and to obtain the event towers later, it was required to beat both of them. So I started with hard mode here. I queued for a trio game, and loading into the match, a cutscene triggered, the first of 7 that play throughout the event. Basically, some dudes are doing something with some cube at some place for some reason, and TDS has to stop them. One of the villains, a big talker named Titus, stays behind to sacrifice himself while his friends go into the portal, and from there, we get into the gameplay. I had brought the Golden Pyromancer Tower because honestly, it's just always goated for events. I defended without much help from my teammates because both Newbie and Will experienced a glitch which caused their screens to go black, hence tower placements like this. Will was eventually able to fix it, but Newbie ended up leaving, meaning we had to try to duo the mode. At first things weren't too bad, it didn't start getting shaky till around wave 6, which is where the first mini-boss appeared, the Mind Shackled, no relation to the Mind Flayer. According to Titus, this guy was actually a former commander, just like the player, and he pushed pretty far along the path, although we were able to take it out. Much to the dismay of Titus there, he and the dispatcher on our side actually have a lot of back and forth dialogue through this chapter. A lot of yapping, I'll say. Anyways, the rest of the waves weren't too bad until we hit 14. This is where the boss spawns, Titus himself. This guy has 40,000 health and 2 different attacks, which is pretty baby. Honestly, his strongest attack is his ability to murder the frame rate. With us having lost our third earlier, we just didn't have enough DPS. Even with rangers and accelerators, Titus was able to push past us and end the run. The next run sucked because the game glitched out. I got stuck on this screen and I wasn't able to do anything. I was just sitting here. So I had to leave. The third run went much better. I had swapped out the useless ass slasher for the pursuit, and this time around my full team was able to play. With our high-end towers, we won pretty easily. And at the end of the round, another cutscene played. The first act of the story ends with our heroes, Scout TDS, Commander TDS, Minigunner TDS, getting sucked into the portal for some reason. Wow, what a setup. Surely the story only gets better from here, right? I'd also collected enough candy throughout those runs to be able to complete a couple of tiers on the event battle pass. Fortnite! This battle pass actually sparked some controversy. A lot of people were upset that A, there was a paid-only track, B, the paid-only track had way better rewards, and C, the pass was very grindy. I did unlock all the tiers though. And was it worth it? Well, starting off, there's the Scarecrow emote, which I really like. It's a fun concept, and the props and animation look good. There's then the name tag, which, okay, there's actually a bunch of name tags in the past, but I currently have the dev only one equipped, and if I change it out, it disappears from my inventory, so yeah, I didn't try any of the new name tags. Tier 5 has the Quota Crazy emote. This is a Lethal Company reference, so that's cool, but it's just a very basic looping dance animation. The first 3 tower skins to pass are these 80s themed ones, which kind of a weird aesthetic, I'm not really a big fan of it. The Frankenstein skin for Ranger is very average. Not bad, but not much of a standout. Propeller skin's still my goat. The Scary Coffin emote would be pretty cool, with the whole jump scare thing, if not for the way the accessories you're wearing poke out of the coffin's model, which just makes it look a bit silly. Finally, there's also 3 unique types of power-ups sprinkled throughout the pass, and they all suck. The Turkey Leg heals a tiny morsel of health. The Sugar Rush gives a substantial fire rate boost, but has a come down after the fact. Still probably the best of the 3. The Pumpkin Bomb has a random chance to either hurt or help the enemy, making it the ultimate troll item because it can just completely ruin a run, which is funny but not very good. And that's all the exclusive stuff from the first half of the pass. So yeah, overall pretty underwhelming. There are some good skins, but they don't show up until the later tiers. So for now, it's time for Night 2. After customizing my loadout a little bit, I hopped into a hard mode match. Loading in, a cutscene picks the story up right where we left off on night 1. The TDS gang has been sucked into some alternate realm. Titus is nowhere to be seen. even though he got sucked into the portal at almost the exact same time as the others, so that seems a bit odd. Is that a plot hole? The dispatcher is able to reach us, and somehow the computer we need got sucked into the portal along with us, and we need to fix it to be able to escape. I placed an ace pilot early, while my teammate got a golden pyromancer, and while looking around the map, I stumbled on the unique mechanic of this knight. Parts of the computer have broken off, and to repair them you need to pay exorbitant amounts of money. If you don't fix the computer though, gulp. The zombies here are a bunch of gloopy, hellish monsters, and they're a lot tankier than those of Night 1. I saved enough for a golden minigunner with the Discord skin, shout out my e-kitten, and my teammates got a real smorgasbord of towers. Engineers, quick bosses, DJ, warden, bleh. As the round progressed and the enemies got tougher, there was more back and forth narration, this time with a shadowy figure in place of Titus. This is the conserver, and he wants us to... which is actually the exact same goal we have, which makes this whole conflict feel pretty dumb. Why can't we talk this out? We chewed through the following waves of hordes, and by wave 16, I spent the last of the money needed to fix the computer. I thought it might power us up or something, but no. The dispatcher tells us we need to find a strong enough power source next, and we lost the next wave. The Hex's Maw mini-boss killed us. I swapped some towers around for my next attempt. I got Mortar, I love Mortar, it's so goated. And with slightly smarter play this time around, we reached the final wave, where the conserver himself came out to fight us. And the funny moment with him is that, if you repair the computer, like we did, he spawns with 400,000 health. If you don't repair it, he spawns with 3 million. This guy's pretty grumpy. He's mad at us for attacking these little goop guys, and used multiple attacks to stun and debuff our towers. For example, he yelled really loud. This is not my best script. I brought Commander, so I focused on chaining the Cult Arms ability, and with the pretty OP towers my teammates had, we did enough damage to take him out. Another cutscene plays, showing our heroes nabbing the fake God Cube thing and powering the computer. Which, side note, I didn't realize until editing because it's very fast, but it was actually shown flying into the portal in the Night 1 cutscene. So that's pretty neat. Our heroes rush through the portal, but gulp, the portal's not shutting off. Even though the connection was supposedly unstable. I'll be honest, I'm starting to have some real problems with this story. Like, it's just like, whatever, who cares about that? Because for now we got more Battle Pass tiers, woo! Was that a voice crack? The second half of the pass holds a lot of the better skins, bar Wasteland Milton. I mean, it's not low quality, it's just a Milton skin. I don't think I've used this tower in like 2 years. The Wasteland military base skin, on the other hand, is the first actually great skin of the pass. The vehicles are really well modeled and super unique compared to their base variants, except for the final level. The 5th upgrade reverts the units to just being a tank, like the normal tower, which feels underwhelming after how much personality all the earlier levels have, but Tier 25 has 2 emotes, the Worm and the Moonwalk, neither of which I really like. And the next skin is the Road Rage Minigunner. This guy is the haircut of Knuckle from Hunter x Hunter, and I really can't get past that, despite the very clever gun motorcycle fusion design. The Wasteland Commander is a good skin, but Commander already has 15 other good skins. The tower just has way too many skins, like I can only use one at a time. There's the Take the L emote. It's okay. There's the Freddy Warden skin, which I actually like. The modeling style is kinda weird. It feels a bit lower quality than I've come to expect for new TDS skins. That said, the theming is really fun. Freddy Krueger is fundamentally a neat idea for a skin. I think the colors work nicely together, although the default TDS face is a bit of a weird vibe. This whole skin's a bit of a weird vibe, to be honest. I like it though. The Wasteland farm is great. I love drilling for oil. Coming up on the end of the pass, there's the Bumper Cars emote. I mean, do I really have to say it? The emote which lets you drive around a bumper car and crash into other players is obviously peak. It's one of the best emotes in the game. The follow-up tier has the Broomstick, which is also very good, although I would say notably less funny. And finally, tier 40 houses the last 2 skins of the pass. First, there's the Disco Accelerator. I feel like I should like this skin, but I don't. And last of all, there's the Garage Band DJ. Great skin. The first 4 levels aren't all that crazy, but the final upgrade is fantastic. It features a custom song as well, just a very high quality cosmetic. I would go to this concert absolutely. Oof. Okay. That's all the skins and items from the event. That just leaves the 2 event towers, obtained from the final night. Surely it couldn't be that hard, right? Night 3 was very hard. Now initially it wasn't too bad. I decided to actually try easy mode first here. In this mode the game offers you a preset loadout, and I chose Sentinel. The first cutscene then played. Basically, after killing the conserver on the prior night, life now sucks, and we have to kill a bunch of zombies. The 2 event towers also get a brief introductory cinematic because this night actually allows you 6 tower slots, with the condition being that the final one will be automatically occupied by either the Hallowpunk or the Harvester depending on the difficulty. So I got an engineer and a Hallowpunk down to start, and my teammates helped defend. The zombies here are... I actually don't know. They spam like a gazillion of them every wave, it's hard to observe them. A lot of them are recycled from the prior night, and to be honest, things are kind of a snooze fest until wave 20, where the first mini-boss appears, and you would not believe who it was. Oh no, they made Corrupted Titus. AKA the same boss except he's looks maxing. He only has 30,000 health, again this was easy mode so we cooked him. But you really would not believe the next mini boss spawning in wave 25. The Corrupted Conserver, aka the same boss except he's a different color. We took him down pretty easily. Also I have to point out this weird sound effect here. The real boss of the mode appears on wave 30, the Primordial Draco Bloxer. The name is a reference to a classic Roblox game, which I never heard of. This guy's gimmick is he can just walk wherever he wants to on the map, he doesn't have to follow the path. And he has several incredibly devastating abilities. But I didn't really experience the power of those until I played on hard mode, because since this was easy, power-ups were allowed, and one of my teammates dropped a nuke on his head top. After that, we were able to shred his health bar and take him out quickly. The final cutscene then played, but I'm actually gonna wait to talk about this and my overall thoughts on the story until after I triumph hard mode, because that win was nice, but not at all the real challenge. It did get me the Hallowpunk Tower though.
After I went back and beat Night 2 on easy because it needs to be all nights to actually get it, which is lucky really annoying. Night 1 gave me both badges for winning on hard, but Night 2 didn't.
This tower I don't think is all that strong. I mean it only has 3 levels, but its design is pretty great. It's got a ton of personality and a big backpack, one of my favorite character design elements. It also has super smooth animations for firing and reloading its rocket launcher, and with its explosives, in addition to doing splash damage, the Hallowpunk can also push back enemies, working to stall them out for other towers. It's not the strongest, I definitely see why this was the tower we got from easy mode, but it's fun, it's a cool trophy tower. I like it. Although I think the hard mode reward tower is definitely better. So, how about hard mode? I hate it. It's the same as easy mode, except everything has way higher health, and it takes even longer to get through a round. My first attempt was a disaster. I didn't really know what I was doing. I tried to defend early with Brawler, but that didn't end up working. Run 2 seemed like it was going okay. I brought the Golden Crook boss to use for early defense, and that worked pretty well. My teammates had some good DPS towers, and we were doing alright. However, while me and M4x4 were distracted talking about Commander, a Conjurer snuck through and killed us. Please subscribe, I can't believe Commander cost us the run. The next attempt though, this is where things clicked. My teammates and I had a really deep run here. Despite the massively buffed health bars of the mini-bosses, we were able to defeat both corrupted variants with the help of Rangers, Engineers, Accelerators, and Golden Crooks. So yeah, we made wave 30. Now, there were 2 problems here. 1. The Bacco Bloxer had gained 1,000,000 health over its easy mode variant. 2. The amount of zombies spawning was seriously affecting the frame rate. It's not unwatchable, but you can clearly see that my laptop was struggling. Yeah, I use a laptop, it's a high-end one though, okay? The format of the wave here is a kind of endurance test, and essentially unending stream of zombies continuously spawn, as the Fraco Moxer walks around the map using its own attacks to hurt your towers. In this wave, this boss ended up becoming incredibly frustrating. The lag, combined with the slowest molasses pacing and the never-ending flood of zombies up front, just creates an absolutely miserable wave to play, which was heavily compounded by my wanting to make this video. It really added to my stress, you know, I'm sitting there like, if I lose this, that's another 30-minute run I have to do, which could have been spent writing a script for this video. Thankfully though, with my teammates chaining Call of Arms, and me moving a few towers when I felt like it, I was helping. We had slowly managed to chip the boss's health down to just above 200k, and with him vibing, just walking around, victory was assured. Wait a minute. Please tell me he's not going to the base right now, because if he is, we're cooked. Please don't turn left. He's going to the base. We're gonna lose. Please, 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 no. Please, no. Please, no. Not after all this, dog. I can't even place up here. Bro, what? You're joking. You're joshing me right now, dog. Oh my god, he's actually gonna kill us. He's actually gonna kill us. It turns out that if you don't kill the big guy fast enough, he will walk into your base and end the run. Fun game. No, this game is terrible. I'm actually not redoing that. That is so unfun. 5 FPS, garbage, slop, terrible, 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 terrible. Definitely an overreaction, mainly fueled by my frustration about, again, trying to get this video done as fast as possible. Anyways, about an hour and a half later, I returned to try again. Alright, I might bend, but I will not break. I will not let this stupid mode get the best of me. With renewed enthusiasm and a fresh loadout, I hopped into Run 4. Unfortunately, one of my teammates here, Katakuri, was playing on their phone, which I imagine just about turned into lava on the final wave. Yeah, we did reach wave 30, but we didn't have a lot of DPS. For some reason, one of my teammates spammed a bunch of Halopunks, and yeah, that just wasn't gonna work out. For attempt 5, I again switched my loadout, and my team and I, again, reached wave 30. However, that team became a duo, because our third player left, I assume disconnected, on wave 28, meaning they weren't able to spend that 400,000 plus cash you get on the final wave, which left our defense severely underpowered. We had no chance, and lost by a wide margin. For my 6th run, I put Ranger back into my loadout. Honestly, should have probably always had him, but... And my new team and I again reached wave 30, where things were actually looking really good. Okay, he moves. Where does he move? He moves back there. He does this. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. We were dealing a ton of DPS. The massive amount of Rangers we had was decimating the boss's health. Surely he's not going to the base now, right? We're getting him so low. We just need a little more time. And sure enough, I think we might do it. I think we're gonna do it. I think this is enough, because he still has to go all the way around here to get to the base, right? This guy is taking his sweet time. Alright, we're gonna do it. Thank the Lord. I did not want to have to do another run of that. My god. GG. So why was this run so different from the prior ones? I don't know. It's hard to tell what's making a difference in around this mode, because once you enter the late game, everything just kind of blurs together into an incoherent, soupy mess of a million zombies and towers. Like, what am I looking at? Come on. As you can probably tell from the way I'm talking, that, the lag, and the frustrating difficulty level is why I really didn't enjoy this night very much. The first 30 waves felt like a slog, and the final boss, although it has great design and some incredibly sick attacks, seriously, the spinorama is insane, it still felt really annoying and unfun to play. The ending of the wave is also kinda awkward because you just sit around killing the rest of the normal weak zombies for a minute straight, but after that, the final cutscene played. The villains from Night 1 show up, they yoink the God Cube crystal shard that fell out of the boss's head, say that this was actually all according to their plan, and they leave through the portal, which conveniently turns off right after they enter it. And Dispatcher freaks out because we just got outthought by some Redditors. Finally, there's like a post-credit scene with the boss from the 2021 Winter Summer event, the Frost Spirit, and that ends. So, my thoughts. What? The whole story is revealed to have just been a setup for the winter event, which, like, okay, that's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just that the story doesn't actually set anything up. There's no explanation or context given to the events that unfold throughout the night. They kind of just happen. So much of the plot hinges on the entirely random machinations of the portal and the computer. So much of the narration on night 3 is just the dispatcher saying a bunch of random meaningless gobbledygook about the way this imaginary inconsistent tech works. You could write literally anything here and I'd have to be like, okay, yeah, I guess that could be true, I don't know. And again, this is supposed to be a setup for the next part of the story, but we learn nothing about any of the antagonists. Except Titus. But the other dudes he's with, we don't even know their names. They're referred to as Cultists 1, 2, and 3 in the credits. Even with the Frost Spirit teaser at the end, I get that it's hyped to see an old boss returning, but it's just Frost Spirit. I beat that event back in the day. I don't really care about the guy. They're a personality-less generic tower defense boss who's never said or done anything interesting. It feels like it's just for the sake of having more quote-unquote connections between the villains, so that can be said there's lore, which... my live reaction, I don't want to be too harsh. I feel like it's really difficult to write an engaging story that interacts with the mechanics of a tower defense game, and I want to make it clear that I don't hate the story. I think the cutscenes themselves are all really well done. The voice acting is great, the animations are great. I guess I was just like subconsciously hoping for, you know, Game of Thrones TDS version. Or maybe I'm just really a hater, I don't know. It's not all negativity though, because that triumph awarded me the last event tower. The Harvester. An interesting tower design wise. I will say I find its legs give it a really weird look, which I'm not a massive fan of until the final upgrade. The glow up from level 4 to 5 is insane. I think the purple color scheme looks so much better. Gameplay wise, it's... I don't know how good it is. Check out Corso. Shout out Corso. It has an ability to summon vines along the path. Kinda reminds me of Druid from BTD. A less whimsical tower than the Halopunk, but it's still very fun. Look at his silly face. And that is the entire event completed. Please like and subscribe or I'm not gonna post TDS ever again. Shout out to the channel members. We're up to 3 now. We're really cooking. Really starting to go somewhere with that. You can join if you want your name here and some other stuff. So that's cool. And yeah, check out my last video, which you might not have seen because it flopped hard. I think it's a pretty good video, so watch that if you haven't seen it. And yeah, that's about it. Subscribe and like.